Hello everyone, how y'all doing today? This SSPDO77 or whatever you want to call me. I'm going to show you how to port Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor Edge models to XPS. I'm going to show you the model we're going to use, which I've already ported, but I figured I'd just show you how to do it yourself, because it won't be too much longer and you'll be able to do this yourself in probably about maybe 2 hours. I don't know if I can get into the full rigging because that might be might be a 4 hour video, but I can get you into the basis of it. The first thing you're gonna need is NOESIS, which I'll provide you with, and I'll also provide you with the FMT DOA Ninja Gaiden plugin, which is right here. That's for your files, your TNC, which we're going to get into here in a second. Right now, I'm just going to go and create a folder right out here. I'm going to call that Ayane. And what that's going to be, I need to grab this as well. We're going to need Blender 2.6 right here with the Ninja tools. If you don't know what Ninja tools are the program for getting the models with the weight and bones, so the model actually will move instead of static, which can be daunting. The next thing you're going to need if you're going to do this, you're going to have to get the new Blender, the Blender 2.77 right here. But right now I'm going to go into this file right here. I'm going to go to model ports, and here's all my files for Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive 5, Dead or Alive Ultimate, pretty much all the model left for it. Files. This is where I want to go. I want to go to character. This is what the files look like. They're TNC. They're actually GMD before we rename them, but we're going to get into that. NOESIS is a free program, but like I said, I'll hook you up with that. Now, actually, it's going to be a lot easier to do because we're not going to have to use Blender as much, because with the new XPS 11.6 to 11.8, we can set up all of our render groups and material maps with XPS. And with this plugin right here, which I'll provide a link to it, you can get an XPS plugin for NOESIS. What this will do is you can actually port models right from NOESIS into XNA LoRa, or XPS as I call it. What we're going to do now is we're just going to go to my download files, because that's where I keep all my big files. And like I said, this might be a long video, so just prepare, but please watch it, and I hope you enjoy this, because I don't know if this is my last video. I don't know if this will be the beginning. I'm unsure right now. But what you're going to do is you're going to click on this character, and now here's all the models from Ninja Gaiden, Razor's Edge, and I want you to pay attention down here to this bone section, and I'll show you what we used to have to do. See, there's Ayane's outfit from, I believe, Ninja Gaiden 1. That's what she wore in the first game. I think this is it. This is the one I want. The reason it's white is, no, that's Ninja Gaiden 1. 2, I mean Dead or Alive 2. I think it's this one. I can't remember which one it is. Yeah, here it is. This is her Ninja Gaiden 2 outfit, my favorite version. That is Ayane costume _2, so that's the one we're going to grab. So we're going to go over here to costume 2 and grab these. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy these into that folder we just made, I showed you. And we're going to need one more thing that is very crucial to XPS models is your light maps. which are these. These are what's going to give your model skin tone and your norm map, which you don't really need your norm maps because if you don't have white maps, it's going to create like hundreds of different little maps. But these are your white maps. What this is going to do, this is going to change the character of the model. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to export her as an OBJ default, because what we just want all her textures. We're going to put her in Blender and turn her into an FBX file. And then from an FBX file, oh, sorry, from an XBX file, we're going to turn her into a MESH.ASCCI file, or we're just going to call it MESH. But there is a downside to the XPS MESH, the XC importer for NOESIS, is it sets all the render groups to 40, which is not really bad because if you know anything about porting models, it used to be before all this was created, we used to have to set everything up ourselves in XC. If you don't know what the XC is, I can show you that. Your XC is this thing right here. We used to have to do this. We would set it up here. We'd set each render group up by its render group, which my senpai Dana taught me quite a lot about that. Okay, now we're going to open Ninja Tools, which is, like I said, 2.67. This is the blender you're going to use, and this is going to be able to import TMCs and GMDs. Now for the last round model, since they're PC, you have to use a different type of importer to get them. But as I said, I don't have to set up my render groups here because I'm going to show you how to do it really easy yourself. See, TMC to GMD, this is going to give me all the model in its place. So we're going to go to Ayane, Costume, Import TMC. It may take a second, it may be fast, maybe slow. It just matters. I'm going to have to use that because every time I use NOESIS, I knew that I would get a little registry error. But it's no big, it don't affect my computer. Let me make sure my speaker's working. That would suck if I'm actually sitting here talking and y'all not listening. But it may take a second. Certain models take longer than others. Okay, there she is. And we're just gonna clap up to her. Now, see, if we were doing this inside here, I would go to each part and I would individually. It's on pose mode right now, but I'm just saying. I would individually go to each one and set up the render groups and then use a UV map, which anybody that knows anything about Blender or renders, that's pretty much what you're doing, but we're not. So we're just going to go to Export, FBX. Put that in her folder. And we're just going to name that one. What that does is we've now got armatures and weights. So we can now go back to desktop, go back to NOESIS, Ayane, which we gotta wait till it's done, which shouldn't take too long. It takes about a minute and a half, sometimes two. Like I said, I usually have the internet off when I do these. Okay, we're pretty much done with this, but I'll just leave it there. Just click on Ayane. And go to FBX, and now when you see her, you're going to see this line that's like drawing, like it's moving like animation. Now this is the model with her bones and everything. As I said, we're going to set up her weight. I'm working on a video. See, there it is. She has 260 bones. But like I said, there is a downfall to this. Which now we're going to MESH.ASCCI. Go to that. Go to MESH.ASCCI browser. Just name it MESH, mesh. Now this is going to create a crap ton of maps in here that we don't need, but I'm going to show you how to get rid of them when we put her in Blender 2.77, which pretty much all them are is they're just your default render groups. Now one good thing about this Ayane model is she don't have that many maps. As you can see, this is pretty much her main maps. Well, this is pretty much it. That's reflect. That's her face. And her hair, which she doesn't have that much mash, I'll say that. Okay, did it export? Okay, we're done. Now I just gotta run this real quick. Get that error. I'm just gonna go to OBJ. That's fine. Okay, there it is. Alright. Now we're just going to load her and we're going to start to create all these maps. So prepare for the headache, dude. Here we go. I will say one thing, the model is almost the size it needs to be. I got to peg her up by 0.3 to get her to Campson's scale of her Ayane model. That's what I use. Because anyone knows me, knows that I use Campson's bone dog as my template, which is the controls. Okay. Now you won't see her. You're going to say, well, I wonder where she's at. You got to bump her up to 100. And there she is. Now, here's all, like I said, almost all her bones are done because I'm using a bone dock. And we're going to set that up to 90. That's going to put her up. Now let's stand her up. And here is what a DOA model looks like if you were to get it out of Blender and stuff. This is what we work on. So this gives you pretty much a good idea of what we do. If you want, I'll give my bone dock too so you can use it, because I've got Ask Her Online, Hyrule Warriors, Dead or Alive 5, Dead or Alive Ultimate, a bunch of other games. Okay, now remember what I said about your material editor. Now this is very key to your models. I've got two, that's fine. Okay, we've got her set up. Now we got two choices. We can choose to begin working on her or just save her. Your best bet is just to modify her and save her, just in case something unforgiving may happen. Hope it don't get itself. Cross finger. Okay, now we're going to set up all her render groups. Now, I don't know if you've heard me talk about alpha channels or not, but an alpha channel, what that is, it's transparent. Pretty much Kasumi, Ayane, and them have transparent body maps for their hair. So right now that's her face. So right now we're going to set that up. We're going to leave it in 40, but we're going to add a light map to it, so that's going to make it exactly 24, which is this one, your bump, which is her face mask, pretty much, which is pretty much what gives the model texture. And then we're going to put the spec. Now I'm going to set this up as head. Before I put the light map on, I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So you can see she kind of looks shell shaded if you go up on the really close. See, she don't look like a DOA model though. But we're now going to add our light map to her, which your light map goes right here. That's going to darken her face just a little. Different light maps do different things. It just matters what you use. See, her face is now white. Now she's in 24. Now we're just going to keep doing this to all sections. Her lips, if a model has lips by themselves, you need to click transparency, because that's an alpha channel model that's transparent. And pretty much, like I said, with the material editor, this is so easy. I used to have to sit there and I used to have to click on these, copy them, and then put them into XE. One line at a time. And sometimes XE does not like to work for me. Remember light now. Ooh, I came close. That was close. Okay. Okay, the next one, her mouth. You can pretty much set that up as 24 or 25. It don't really matter. Most 24 because it's usually inside the mouth. It's pretty much my thing to always put it at 25. But Zareth just told me just leave it at 24. Same with the tongue, just 24 because it doesn't have no spectral thing. So, like I said, light mouth. And that is mouth. Now these down here are your numbers. This is your spec. This is your shine, your metal, and your metallic. These three will be pretty much key to setting up your things. Okay, that is her eyes. So right off the bat, we know that that's going to be her face mount, unless it is something else. Which eyes are usually 24. You can set them up for 25, but it's best to just set them up for 24 because they're pretty much the same as the eyes and the mouth and pretty much everything else. That's eyes. 1 because she has inner limbs. Pretty much. There's her eyes right there. There's her main eyes. That's 2. Remember, set that up with the light map. Once you put a light map in, it automatically jumps to 24. Which is pretty much what you're going to learn when you begin importing. Like I said, I like to teach my students SourceFan and Gmod models to port with NOESIS. Now these right here, these are alpha channels, so this is going to be 25 automatically. Any eyelids and your reflect is always going to be alpha channel. And since this is the top, it's going to be the thickest. The thinnest go on the bottom. We don't really need spec map or a norm map for that, so just get rid of them. Make sure you put in 7. That's pretty much where that'll be. 7 or 8 is usually where I put those. This is the bottom eyelids. So once again, let's just get rid of these because this is going to be the bottom eyelids, which I usually join these, but you don't have to. Like I said, this is so much fun to do once you get the hang of this. This is reflect. If you've seen Campson's models and Zareth's and all them, you know they always have like these little black eyes. Well, this is them. Your reflect can be this one or this one. It don't really matter. You can just use this one, but you need to set that in 7, transparent. That's REF, reflect. We should be getting into the hair soon. Okay, we're now getting into the body. So I'm going to do the hair first, and then we'll get into the body, because the body's the easiest. Your hair can always be your a pain in the ass. Okay. Hair dummy is always the hair. This is the hair base, so this is going to be hair 1. That's going to be 20. That's going to be 25. if you don't know what maps to use, just play with it. That's the best thing I can tell you. Transparent. Remember, always transparent. If you don't get the right map, don't worry about it. Just try it again. This is trial and error, but it's fun trial and error because this is you doing this. You're actually porting these models. You're actually doing what we consider hard work, which, like I said, now it's not really that hard of work like it used to be. This used to be a job because you had to set these maps up. Nope, see, wrong one. So see, like I said, trial and error. Don't worry about it. It's going to be trial and error. So it's got to be this one. So we got to change our maps again. That's, like I said, no biggie. Now, if we did this in the old days, I'd have to save her, open her exe, and then go in it and change them. I couldn't just change it like I'm doing right now. Which, like I said, this is a godsend program. See, that's the right one. Okay, this is small hair, so we know this. So that's hair 2. Remember, it's going to be transparent. Because, like I said, hair mesh for Ayane, Kisumi, and most all DOA models is transparent alpha channel. That's going to be this hair probably. Like I said, if you don't know, just check it, and you can always tell if the map's right or it's wrong. Like I said, it's trial and error. Just you got to work with it. Which at the moment we can't see it because her main hair's over it. But that's no biggie. Which we're going to try to get that out of the way now. That's her headband. I'm trying to find her main hair. There's her main hair. There's her back main hair. There's her mane. That's transparent. That's going to be hair front. That's usually, pardon me, that's usually going to be this hair right here. The main hair right here. And as you can see now, you can see her face. She's slowly coming together. The models will slowly come together for you. Remember, light map. Always light map. You don't have to put a light map in, but it'll make it look like shell shaded, like Dragon Ball Z type Budokai game. Now, that's your headband. Let's do it back. Which, if you're probably guessing, that's probably going to be that big piece of hair, which is probably the same as this one. We're just going to name that hair back. Like I said, you can name these whatever you want. Your maps for DOA Ninja Gaiden to DOA 5 Ultimate are pre-named. DOA 5 Last Round, the PC files, you have to name each texture yourself. So this is hair back. This is hair side, so that's going to be the transparent, remember? That's going to be hair 4. I don't know why I was clicked there, I just had it, I guess. That's going to be this hair. I thought we were going to put the light map in. Alright, I'll put the light map in. I'll put your light map in. Like I said, it made all these different types of maps because, like I said, it was trying to create all my light maps. It gave multiple light maps and bump maps for each part of her model. each one. That's headband. That's headband. So, okay, we're now in the headband. 24. This is going to be 24. That's going to be at the very bottom. Which I probably got to make the mask for it, which I'll have to make a norm stuff. Yeah, I will. But I'll give it a light mat. I'll make a norm and spec mat for that so it'll look good. But I gotta give it a light mat. Okay. See all this, when I get in the blender, I'll just join all this together because it's one map. Because like I said, I don't have to rig it, so that's a godsend. And again. Like I said, this one's kind of simpler to do. This is my second time doing this because I tested it out with Ayane the first time to actually see if it worked. I just got one more section of hair to do, and okay, we gave her the wrong hair for her hair. That's not good. It's probably this one. Nope. She does look cool though, don't she? She stains family. There it is. Like I said, trial and error, it's fun. Have fun with it, that's all I'm going to say. Like I said, this is by far my favorite Ayane model. I wish, God, I could have this model sooner. I don't know, I blame it on karma. Maybe I wasn't mentally ready to handle this one. That's a chief guard. Here's her body. That's going to be 24. If you know, you probably already know what her body is. It's going to be this one. And see, like I said, she looks like a crystallized version or a Dragon Ball character. Now she's kind of dark right now, but once we give her her spec map and her norm, and now we give her spec map. Okay, that's the body. Okay, that's her hands. You can do it two ways. You can rename it hands or body in part is what we do, like this, body in part, and then we would put 1 or 09 if you were doing it in a blender. You would put like body in part 0, body in part 1. That pretty much makes them work off each other. I apologize for the fans on. It is blasting hot here. About 102, 103 outside right now. It is hot. Okay. As you can see, she's already beginning to slowly come together. That is her leggings. So since this is not going to be a model that we're going to mesh apart. We're just going to call it outfit 1, and that's going to be this map here. What we're going to do something here in a second to give it more flavor, because I want it to kind of look leathery. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to bump up the spec on it to 5, 3 or 5. I want it to look like leather. So I want it to have that sexy ninja feel to it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click that off, and I'm just going to go to, and there you go. As you can already see, it's now got a real look, leather feel to it, which is what I'm going to do for pretty much the rest of the outfit. Okay, that is the waist. The waist, or you can call it kimono if you want. That's for the waist. That is going to be this map right here with pink. Get your map. We're going to set that to spec map 2 because I want it to shine. So we're going to set that to 2. Don't want to set it any higher. This is her metal thing. If you've seen her model, you know that she has metal on. So that's this. No, wrong one, sorry. It's the pink I've got. The metal is the butterfly. It's this one. I apologize. So that's outfit, that'll be outfit number 2. Bump that up to 2. That's 2. Okay, this is her metal. So this is going to be outfit 3. That's going to be this right here. Don't bump up the intensity of the spec map on this one too much, because it can kind of look off, because you got to remember the metallic maps are set to 16 and the metal is set to 16. So if you bump it up really hard, it's going to kind of look crazy. Too much. It's way too much. So, oh, I didn't mean that. Crap. That's 24. Pretty much just the same as before. This is outfit. Same as before, it's just that first one. Forward. See, it's really, it doesn't look right now, but it will once we put the light back on. It'll darken it, which is what I want. I want it to darken. And then remember, bump it to 2. Get rid of these and go over here. Put 2. We're getting towards the nitty-gritty. Okay, gloves. Which I believe they're on her body now. No, I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, they're there. I can remember the gloves were for a second. I'm working with it. Okay, that's gloves. Weights 2, which I think that's this one. Yeah. Oh, crappy. I put a norm map there. Bad. Place 2. Remember, bump it up to 2. So we have that leather fill. And we should be getting into which are weapons are all the same map. Her ribbons are that's the guard. Which we'll have to make maps for that as well because it's only got one. It's got. I got to make a norm for it. Which I guess I could show you ordered her swords, which pretty much OBJ is what you want to do them in because you only need one bone for them for her swords because we're pretty much now it's just a ribbon, which the ribbon is which we call the bow, which you can already guess it's this one. You just gotta get the light map. She can pose, but she don't have a rude hip or a rude ground yet because we're gonna bump this up to 1. This is bow left, or you can just put bow 1. We're just gonna bump it up to 1 or 2. Because I don't want it. I'll probably just do this and then I'll make another video later on and show you how to I'll put the root hip on it and show you how to get the model ready for release. But I'll show you the rest of it. But like I said, this will help you, and like I said, I'll give you the blender what you need to put your models. Private message, of course. Or you can give me points. Me without points. I'm just kidding. Remember, this is bow 2. There you go. Or if I set it up to 2. Whoopsie. See how bright it is? Okay. Now, we're going to have to make two maps for these, a norm and a spec, because right now this has only got like one map for it, which if you watch my norms videos, lets me know that you can use the PaintNet program to set this up, which you're just going to call ribbon. I can't make it shine or nothing because it doesn't have a norm or spec map, so right now that's pretty much it. Do the same, call that ribbon 2. And we should almost be done. I think the only thing left is part of her hair, which I must have missed. Yep, I did. Which is going to be the back hair, which is this hair right here. Not that one, this one. Bring the transparency. Always transparency. I guess this is her back force calling hair, because most DOA models and Ninja Gaiden models have 2 sets of hair. The under hair is your back force, and your over hair is your regular hair. So remember that if you ever get used to porting these models. If you want to learn how to port last round models, go to Dragon Lord. He would probably be your best bet, and he also gives you the program to do it with, and the tool to extract the TMC files, because there's no plugin for the PC TMC files that I know of. If there was, I would have used it. Okay, the one thing left to do is your sheath, and these are all the same texture, which is just going to be this one and then this one, which I don't really care about. They don't have a norm, so I'm not going to rename them yet, because I'm going to join them together when I start making them, when I throw them in Blender. Which we're going to use the old Blender first, and then we'll use probably as far as I'll take this video, because like I said, I'll probably do a part 2 of this, because pretty much once you get the model, like I said, the bone dock kind of makes it a lot easier on you, because you pretty much got all the bones renamed. Which, like I said, I'll probably just throw my bone dock in there and give it to y'all. That way you got last round and all the other DOA games that I put on, and Asker and Hyrule Warriors, all kinds of other games. A lot of Steam games. I get a lot of requests for Steam games. I guess I can port her weapons too. I can show you what they look like in the files. That's in the items set. DOA and Ninja Gaiden files have a bunch of folders which are like items, characters, stage props, and etc. But as I said before, they don't have no weights on them. So, but OBJ is what you want to do, because you only need one bone, and if you need to put, if you don't think it's got weight to it, you can just set it up in Blender by just clicking on the vertices, just a little paint plate, just turn it pure red. But her swords have multiple mesh parts. That should be the last sheet. Okay, and this is the end of it. These are all in the. These are all going to be 24. Like I said, we'll just add the maps to them. I'm not going to rename right now. I'm trying to get this done for you guys. Because you're probably like me. As soon as you watch this, you're probably going to run and want to start recording the models yourselves. Which, if you need the files, just let me know. I'm not going to lie, they're pretty big. This is all pretty much the same map, which is a body map. But pretty much all this. Like I said, she has less maps than I expected. Because one Ayane model I recorded, she had tons of maps for her. I think it was her main outfit from Ninja Gaiden 3, her new one where she's got the butterfly wings. That outfit had a ton of stuff, and I also added wings to it, and also put her robe on her. I made an optional. I was actually 3 models in doing it. Oh, I gotta get this white. Get the white map. Get the white map. Get the white map. And that should be it. Now I'm going to bring in a model. I'm just going to use this model for okay. Yep. Let's check and make sure I got everything. Oh. Didn't have a white map for that. Oh. That was my fault. Glad I looked at that. Okay. I'm just going to modify her one time. She's going to be back in the ground once I reload her, but like I said, I'm just going to save it once. And now I'm going to go over to regular Blender, and I'm going to grab my, where's my Kicksune? Here's my Kicksune on their base. These are base models. That's why they say base. I've got like tons of them. These are just base models. I'm pretty much just using this as, oh, crap. She don't have to, it don't really matter what size she is, it doesn't affect her. I just need to save her modifier. And what we're going to do is we're going to add the root hit and the root to Ayane. Make sure that Ayane is about right there for the root ground. There we go. I do got one bone I got to rename, but that bone we don't need anymore. That's unused. This is her elbow. This is what they look like before you name. Oh, sorry about that. This is her elbow. And she also has control bones. So this is hair bones. This is control bones. This is her butt. Elbow control, knee control, leg leg left thigh control, leg left thigh control, 2, and so on. Breast hip, breast A, breast B, same. All this stuff here is unused bones. As I said before, we're going to get rid of them. Okay. Let us now put her in Blender, and we're now going to give her a root hip and a root bound. And while that's going on, oh, that's not bad. 50 minutes. That's not really bad. I actually did better than I did before. That's kind of cool. These are my noise files. Models storage. Files. Item items. Here we go. Ayane. Here we go. Here's Ayane's weapons. These are her gauntlets for these. Like I say, y'all probably gonna want these. Like I said, I'll give you the full files. I think they're like 4 gigabytes. But it'll be worth it. You can just OBJ these if you don't want to rig them, and then boom, like copy them, like my model outfitters thing. I gotta find out Yane's weapons. Here's Ayane. Here's her. I won't keep far out. I'm trying to find Ayane's swords. Come on. There's Ayane's sword. Right there. See? 20 material, and like I said, you can just export it and you can get her sword. So anybody wonders if where I got her sword, there it is. All the other swords are in here as well. Okay. We're going to bring in Kisumi first. And now I'm going to show you what I explained in, if you had seen my journal, where I said why I don't use a B-Styles models, is he does not understand or know about the second layer of bones. And the second layer of bones, or unused bones, is what makes the model not work right. Pretty much, unused bones will kill a model and make it good for XPS, but bad for everything else. So, delete that. Now, got this clicked on, go to this right here. We are now in the second bone, the second layer of bones. This is the only bone you can see that my Kisumi model from the PC files has, which is an unused head bone, which you don't need because Ayane has her own bones. So I'm going to move that over there. I'm now going to delete Kisumi. Please don't ask me why I bought them. As I was explaining to Snow, Frosty, and a bunch of other people, it's so much easier for me to port them to XPS with no hair bones. I can get them done so damn fast. But if I have to do bones, oh God, hair bones kill me. They are evil! Evil! Come on, where's it at? There we go. Okay. We can just click on our bones so you can see. A lot of these bones are unused. If you see they're not connected to one another, they're not working off each other. The reason that is because you got to use the new blender to set them bones up. But like I said, we're not going to do that this go around. Move this over to this aisle. Hold down your shift button and click on the little armature right here. Now you're going to hit Control and J. That's going to join. and then you're going to go in your bones. Now what you need to do is, like I showed you in the one video, is you got to find the pelvis. You got to remove the pelvis from the AMT Ayane. We got to put that to the root hip, and we got to do her spine, which is this bone. Yeah, that's it. I keep forgetting I didn't name it. It's waist, but that's fine. And there you go. Now when we load her back into XPS, she will be standing on the ground. She won't be under it. So we can just click her once. Now see, if you moved her into a different, if you had moved her into a different folder, a lot of them little pin maps wouldn't be there because we've already set them up. The only ones would be there would be the 19, 25, and 40. And the sheets. But like I said, we can join the sheets together. Let's remove this model. Let me bring Smooth back in so I can reset her. Like I said, this is just a base model. These are what I use to work off of, which I ported myself. Like I said, if I need to make a video on it, I will not hesitate to not make it. And in a few minutes, Ayane should like, we shouldn't be pulling her anymore. And there you go. We are now pretty much got a 65 to 75% model of Ayane done. Pretty much the rest of it is a battle of nutrition with her. Pretty much. Come on, put that. Damn it. What crap, you off? There you go. Game's with me. Don't worry, I'll fix this. I gotta fix her eyeballs too. I know, I'm bad. But most of the time I just do this for fun, just giving some extra bit. And now I gotta go down and do her elbow and waist. So when I show you all a pose of her, she won't make me look bad. Alright. I pretty much got all these plumes from her eyes, got the building for so damn long. It's almost funny. Where's that? It's becoming fun, isn't it? Okay. And now save her. I always save it. I never pose a model that's bones renamed. In the older XPS, they would lock the model. The model would just stand there froze. Okay, and this should end part 1, which took us 59 minutes to do, which is not bad. We'll now load a pose sequence. Pose sequence is how I always check a model to make sure I have a, which she don't have no control, so she might have some walking movement. But right now, as you can see, she's posing pretty good. She does got some issues, but like I said, that's because of bones not being set up right yet. But like I said, we'll probably do that in the next video. So she's pretty much posing good. Okay, that'll be the end of this tutorial for part 1. I'll do the cowardly thing and plug myself and show you that you can get this model right now instead of watching me work on it. Here you go. You can just go download it instead of working on it yourself. Download it and claim it as your own. That's what I would do. Just download it, slap your name on it, there you go. Have fun with it, guys. That's all that matters. That's how I see it. Remember, I'll give you this link to this, or I can just give you my NOESIS. But I can't give you my NOESIS because I got certain plugins I'm not allowed to give out. I can actually get in trouble for giving you the ninja tools, but I don't care. Okay, this has been SSPD. I hope y'all enjoyed this little ninja guidance tutorial. This is part 1. I'd say probably 2. I'll probably do the next part maybe in a couple of days. I got to do a lot of thinking right now because I got a lot of DeviantArt drama that I don't really want to get into because I don't want to make it about you guys. It's just silly stuff. But this is SSPD. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and please fave, share. Also, if you like any of my works or my model, add me to your watchers list. Vote SSPD.